Today, in Christianity, we hear a great deal about the presence of God. Oh, the presence of God was here this evening. Oh, it was a wonderful time in the presence of Almighty God. Oh, didn't God move in a powerful way tonight? It was such a wonderful time in the presence of God. Well, I want us to look tonight at men who came into the presence of God, and then I want us to compare our experiences in the presence of God with their experiences in the presence of God. Start with Moses. He's out there shepherding some goats. He sees a bush that's burning but will not be consumed, and he's drawn to it by God Himself. He draws near to that bush, and the first thing he comes to understand is that he has to change, that he has to humble himself, that God has appeared, and he's to take off his shoes because he's standing on holy ground. And he falls before that tree that will not be consumed. And it's a wonderful thing you need to understand, that God appeared to Moses in a burning bush. It's amazing to me today that God never appears to anyone in a burning bush. And we never sing about burning bushes. We never sing at all about fire. God always appears to us in a cool breeze and in a flowing stream. That's the way we always present Him, and you want to know why? Because flowing streams never hurt anyone. We've got to tame God, we do. But I want you to know, when God comes and visits a man, He doesn't always visit him as a cool wind or a cool stream. He comes as a fire. A fire that cannot be handled. A fire that has no end. And a fire that does not consume itself, but can consume all that is unholy before it. A dangerous thing to be in the presence of God. Look at these seraphs. Look at them in Isaiah. Let's read. Verse 2. Above him were seraphs, each with 6 wings. With 2 they covered their faces. With 2 they covered their feet. And with 2 they were flying. And they were calling to one another, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord Almighty. The whole earth is full of His glory. With regard to holiness, well, look at these. They're standing and flying even in the very presence of Almighty God. And if we were to even draw near to a fraction of that glory, we would be destroyed. And yet they live in that glory. And yet even though they are so majestic and so holy, how are they in the presence of God? I'll tell you how they are. They bow their heads and cry out, Holy. They cover their faces. They cover their feet. I've always asked myself, why on earth did they cover their feet? I mean, what does feet have to do with holiness? What does it mean? I never could figure that out, honestly, until one day I was listening to R.C. Sproul. And I think he hit upon the thing. He said, feet are always associated with clay. And clay with the creature, the dust of the earth. And these majestic beings, even in the presence of God, were bowing their heads and covering their feet, acknowledging that they were a creature and they were not God. And the place that they held was a place not of right. It was not their right to be there, but their privilege, graciously given to them by God Himself. Look at the way they act in the presence of God, and then look at you.